If I were the equator, would I be able to choose sides? If I were a priest, could I deny a confession? If I were a cat, could I get by without fleas? And if I were a hurricane, could I choose my own path of destruction? Well, I'm all of the above. I'm a woman who attempts to stand a neutral ground, who tries to always understand, be there when there's no one else around, who would fight like a feline when trapped, who could untap energy and storm like velocity. I am wind, I'm water, I'm earth. I can give birth. I am past, present, and future. And I reserve the right to be not so sure. After all, I'm a woman with an indelible constitution. Just a girl who would love to love. Oh, yes ma'am, honey. I'm all of the above. I am a woman.
This next piece is called the All-American Cocktail. Basically, the cocktail, the ingredients for the cocktail will come out of my wallet here. First ingredient of the cocktail is what is known as the leadership principle. Two pictures of world leaders. Basically, the leadership principle is based on the assumption that we need leaders. And that these leaders, in fact, know what they are doing, can remember what they did. And because of the first two reasons, all the non-leaders, the rest of the general citizenry, owe unquestioning obedience to the leaders. I say we need leaders as much as we need parking meters. So let's get our cocktail started here. Good old American beer. Okay, let me get the leaders. Pictures of the leaders.
Basic world leaders here.
Get the leaders in here. Okay, there's our leaders. Let's put it on whip. Okay, we have driver's license. Now the driver's license, please show this to the audience, it's authentic driver's license. Basically, the driver's license is symbolic of the automobile industry and the oil industry. You know what the oil industry does to the environment. But it's perfectly all right because it makes money. Now, I'm going to torch this driver's license. So here goes the automobile industry and the oil industry. Let's put it on chop. Now we have the draft card. Okay, let's give it some blend here. Okay, the draft card, that represents the military industry. The next item we have is the money card. We'll just give that a little torch, a little symbolic torch. Some of these don't burn very well because they're so thick, you know. But we'll pop that in here.
Built to last.
Punch it up. Okay, what do we got next? Next we have what it really gets down to. This is what we're all after, ladies and gentlemen. This is what most of us work for. If you please show that. It's an authentic Benjamin Franklin there. Basically, money, you may see homeless people, but you will never see homeless money. Here. And let's see how well money burns here. So it burns very well. Got a lot of ink on it, but yeah, it burns fine. Here we go. There we go. Put that in there. There's your basic money. Okay, here's the all-American cocktail. Can I, okay, will anyone like a drink? They're for free, there's no charge. Welcome to Beatlick Theater. Hi. I used to be a hippie, live off the land. I didn't need any money. We used to have a garden, grow sunflowers, corn. We used to catch the grasshoppers at sunset and feed them to the chickens. And we got eggs from the chickens. We didn't need any money. We cut our own firewood. We wanted to go somewhere. We stuck our thumb out. We used to hitchhike from California to New York City just for the fun of it. Well, one time we stole a car in San Francisco and we drove it all the way to Mexico City and then we sold it. And one day my life changed. I won a lot of money and I died in for dollars. I got me a good job. Started getting them checks coming in. I wanted to develop a healthy relationship with money. I wanted to see green energy like spring bursting out. And it started coming my way, money. I started be rolling in money. And I liked it. It felt good being surrounded by money. I was happy and I was rolling in that green energy.
Daddy, there's a big black limousine just pulled up out front and I want to need this one.
Oh, Daddy, I need some mucho dinero to take a trip to Rio.
Daddy, I'm getting my braces off tonight and I've got a date with Gregorio Gomez.
Oh, Daddy, I need some money. I have a date with the captain of the football team and I have to look good, you know.
Daddy, there's a letter here from American Express.
Daddy. Shopping, thank you.
USA Financial.
Credit cards.
Telephone.
They stripped me down to nothing, down to the bare bones. I was still happy because I knew from experience that you gotta keep an ace in the hole. You gotta keep a little something in reserve.
Mr. Spear? Uncle Sam, IRS.
And now the normally behind-the-scenes beatlick, Susan Avery.
Every split second, the world takes your picture, watching your movements as you move through time. While you're taking time and the time's taking you, there is no escape from the world's watchful eyes. The sky has eyes, the sea has ears, the wind knows what you're thinking. Time records all your hopes and your fears. The whole world feels what you're dreaming. Stare at a flower, the flower stares back. The earth will remember wherever you stepped.
And now, Maria Serna performing The Eaten Heart.
Make it sweet and delicate to eat. Serve it to my lady bright. Should she suspect this meat, her heart would not be light. And soon the Lord sat down to dine, his lady at his side. The heart was served in red wine, but there was grief inside. Madam, eat of this, he said. It is both dainty and pleasant. The lady ate and was not dismayed. for of spice there was no want. When she had feasted well, her lord said to her there, "Let the heart that you have eaten knell for him who toyed with your yellow hair. As you can see, your knight is dead. I tell you, lady, do not cry. It was his heart on which you fed. Madam, at last, we all must die." Up she rose with heart full woe, and straight into her chamber went, and there confessed, so devoutly so, that shortly she received the sacrament, and mourning lay in her last bed. God knows right woeful was her moan. "Alas, my own dear love," she said, "since you are dead, my joy is gone. With me thy eaten heart shall die. I have received the sacrament. All earthly food I shall deny. With woe and pain my life is spent."
Trarre 3 camicie, sì, paia di fazzoletti pure e poi, come si chiama? Sai, per le donne.
3 zippetto.
Allora, nostro uomo va e poi in strada beve un po' di vino e si dimentica tutto. E quando ritornò a casa la sua maestra dice...
La maestra?
Sì,
La
sì, la
moglie.
moglie. Allora, le mie affari le ha perse? Oh no, ce l'ho, dice, poi prende il suo fazzoletto così e dice: "E le fazzoletto dove ci sono? Eccole qua! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. E le camicie dove ci sono? Quali camicie, cara? 1, 2. Poi dice: "E il giubbetto dove è?" "Ah, il giubbetto l'ho comprato." "No, ce l'ho dice. Eccolo qua."
Ma lei non ne ha bisogno, preferisco le sue.
It's a grisly reality. The beatlicks have given birth to the deadbeats.
And who do you think you are looking at me? Did you really think that I would take you seriously? Pull yourself together, keep your dignity. Who do you think you are looking at me? And what do you think you're gonna say to me now when you're standing there alone without your sacred cow? You said that you could do it, well the time is now. And what do you think you're gonna say to me now? Because you blew it. Thought you knew it. Said you could do it. There's nothing to it. But you blew it. And who do you think is gonna be your guru? To always be around and tell you what to do. You'll never stand alone until your gig is through. And who do you think is gonna be your guru? Because you blew it. Thought you knew it. Said you could do it. There's nothing to it. But you blew it.
It is what it is, whatever it is. You are who you are, wherever you are. You are who you are, whoever you are. You get what you got, you use what you get. It is what it is, whatever it is.
It's been said that we hold the key to peace, if only we can piece it together. And if we succeed, then all problems will cease. The universe will be good forever. Not too long ago, it seemed to be near the moment to unlock the door. But something went wrong, and now I fear that our weakness has made way for war. What are the chances now, I ask, as the key to peace lies in pieces? Is it too late to fulfill our task? I worry as the evil increases. But with doubt comes more weakness, and that will not do for a job as important as this. For if what's been said about us still holds true, we have no choice but to persist.
A poem by James Elroy Flecker, born in 1884, deceased in 1915. The death of James Elroy Flecker, 2 months after his 30th birthday, robbed England of one of her most exotic modern poets. Born November 5, 1884, at Lewisham and educated at Trinity College, Oxford, Flecker studied Oriental languages and entered the consular service at 26. He was sent to Constantinople and spent the rest of his short life in the East until brought down by consumption. He died at Davos Platz, Switzerland, January 3, 1915. 2 volumes of Flecker's poetry were published during his lifetime, but the posthumous prose and plays of Hassan and Don Juan show the deeper resources of his semi-Oriental imagery. His lyrics are more in the English tradition, but even these communicate a definite personality. To a Poet 1,000 Years Hence is one of the best poems about poetry, especially effective in its sudden change of tone from the richly rhetorical to the colloquially informal. To a Poet 1,000 Years Hence. I who am dead 1,000 years and wrote this sweet archaic song, send you my words for messengers the way I shall not pass along. I care not if you bridge the seas or ride secure the cruel sky, or build consummate palaces of metal or of masonry. But have you wine and music still, and statues and a bright-eyed love, and foolish thoughts of good and ill, and prayers to them who sit above? How shall we conquer? Like a wind that falls at eve our fancies blow, and old Maeonides the blind said it 3,000 years ago. O friend unseen, unborn, unknown, student of our sweet English tongue, read out my words at night alone. I was a poet, I was young. Since I can never see your face and never shake you by the hand, I send my soul through time and space to greet you. You will understand.
Si tu veux plus pour Christine, bah tue-toi, mais tout seul, sans moi. Il faut que tu comprennes. Je comprends que t'es fou. Mais oui, je suis fou. Eh ben si t'es fou, soigne-toi, et puis sois la paix. Oh, tu seras trop content de me renfermer. Dans le fond, tu l'aimes aussi. Déjà une fois. Mais parfaitement, je l'aime, à ma façon. Et c'est pour ça que je ne veux pas que tu l'apprennes comme on boit un verre de vin. Faut que tu comprennes une chose, toi aussi. C'est que cette fille-là, c'est comme ma sœur. J'ai passé toute ma jeunesse avec elle. Son père, le vieux Stillet, c'était non seulement le plus grand chef d'orchestre du monde, mais c'était aussi le meilleur homme qui soit. Quand j'ai voulu lui apprendre la musique et que je suis allé le trouver en Autriche, à Salzbourg, il m'a reçu comme son fils. Et j'ai jamais pu lui prouver ma reconnaissance. Maintenant, je peux. Tu comprends, je peux. Parce qu'il est mort, il n'est plus là pour veiller sur sa fille. Et moi, je peux m'occuper de sa fille. Et je m'en occuperai. Et il en a besoin. Parce qu'après tout, cette fille-là, elle n'est pas chez elle, elle est à l'étranger. Les gens autour d'elle parlent pas sa langue.
Justement, puisque tu désires connaître Christine, laisse-la venir avec moi, parce que moi, je l'aime.
not an easy age, like tigers in a cage. What a town without beauty can do. The young get problems, many problems. We need an understanding heart. Why don't they help us? Try to help us before this playing planet falls apart. Take these eager lips and hold me fast. I'm afraid this kind of joy can't last. How can we keep love alive? How can anything survive? For these little minds tear you into. What a town without pity can do.
This is from an excerpt by Joe Spear, based on a telephone conversation he received one day from dialing for dollars. Ring, 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 ring. Hello?
Good afternoon, sir. Today is your lucky day. I'm calling for dialing for dollars.
Excuse me. You have the wrong number.
Well, I don't understand.
My name is not Sir.
Well, that's irrelevant, whatever your name is. I'm just calling to inform
Excuse me. That's irreverent to say my name is irrelevant. My name is just as important to me as George Washington's was to him. I mean, suppose George Washington had no name. How would we read about him in the history books? Oh yeah, what's his name? The father of our country. How would we talk about February 22nd? It's what's his name's birthday.
Well, okay. What is your name?
It doesn't matter. It's not important. Forget about it.
Sir, I'm calling to inform you that your name has been chosen at random from the Metro telephone.
Excuse me, you have the wrong number.
Well, I don't understand.
I have an unlisted number. My name is not for general consumption in the phone book.
Well, I just called your number.
Obviously, your finger made a very bad mistake.
Well, I have a well-educated finger, and I don't think the mistake is on my part.
All right. It's obvious that you called me. So what do you want?
I'm calling to inform you that you're eligible for the jackpot.
And if I hang up right now, I can stop being pestered by a crackpot.
Well, if you win today's jackpot, sir, if you would just say the magic word, if you can guess a magic word, then
excuse me. I don't believe in a magic word. I think it takes a series of words, a train of words linked together harmoniously, rhythmically, like blues, guitar notes, one after the other. For example, there is special providence in the fall of a sparrow.
Well, if you will only take the time to consider guessing the magic word, you will be eligible to win a prize of $1,000.
$1,000?
Right.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Is this phone call on the up and up?
You bet it is, sir. This is your lucky day. You're going to win $1,000.
I'm not interested.
Excuse me.
Listen, if I got $1,000 on it all in one big lump sum, it would disqualify me for food stamps. I'm sure I would have to pay taxes, which I haven't done in over 10 years. I'd have all kind of new friends mucking about my apartment, which I'm not interested in. It would just change my life too much. I'm just not into it.
Well, boy, did I get a wrong number.
Well, don't ever let it happen again. I'm tired of being pestered by your telephone solicitations. Leave me alone. Don't ever call me again.
Good afternoon, madam. This is your lucky day. I'm calling from Dialing for Dollars.
Muy bien, voy a preguntar por ti, por aquel, por ti que quedaste solo y el que murió sin saber. Muy bien, voy a preguntar por ti, por aquel, por ti que quedaste solo y el que murió sin saber, que murió sin saber. Murió sin saber por qué le acribillaban el pelo.